Welcome to part 18 of the Ratchet and Clank Let's Play. So now that we defeated Captain Quark, before we head on to the next planet actually, there's a little area I want to show off. This is more like post-game stuff, but you know what, this is also a good time. But there's actually this secret elevator you can take while jumping in between two walls. And, well, unfortunately I can't really say anything right now because apparently I accidentally stepped on the button again. But this is more like post-game stuff, but this is a little secret room you can enter while you're in this level. So you take this elevator up, and what's this? Gold weapons? Yeah, it turns out you can access some of the gold weapons early. So like you can get the golden bomb glove, bigger blast radius, the golden pyroster which shoots out a green flame, the golden blaster which shoots out ricocheting bullets, the glove of doom which sends out bigger agents, and the golden suck cannon which has a larger suck radius. Suck radius, suck radius, that's a thing. That's a thing now. Unfortunately though, I won't be getting any of these gold weapons. That's only because granted, I'm collecting the gold bolts and that's the kind of purpose that they do serve. But you also have to pay for them in actual bolts too, and let's just say that they're really, really pricey. Like, I'm talking like really pricey. And I kind of want to stick to the main weapons and all that. But in terms of the golden weapons, and the funny thing is, when you do beat the game and you go on New Game Plus, there's actually another golden weapon room that they can access as on the second run through as early as Planet Oltanis, and it reveals all the golden weapons to you. Particularly the golden Devastator is the most interesting because it can at least hit a target 3 times in a row, tripling the amount of ammo that you really have. I know it sounds interesting, but too bad we're not getting it. I'm only showing off one run through though, so sorry about that. I apologize to any gold bolt or at least golden weapon enthusiast out there. What are you gonna do? Am I right? So anywho, now we're actually heading on to Planet Oltanis. But before we start the level, we have a little cutscene demonstrating the main gimmick with this level. Enjoy.
Clank? Clank? Come on, wake up!
Captain Quark?
No, goofball. It's me, Ratchet.
What happened?
You got toasted by lightning. This place is having one heck of a storm. You won't be safe out there. I'll be right back.
And that is showing us, and right off the bat we are introduced to the main gimmick with Planet Oltanis. Despite the fact that this level is destroyed, well, before I get into that, I'm showing off, I'm also getting this weapon right here, so I might as well get it right now. So now we got one of the more useless weapons in this game, the decoy glove. What does it do? It makes a decoy, an inflatable decoy actually. I can't tell the difference. I mean, look at that shit-eating grin, man. Granted, yeah, it's the purpose, you know, it's supposed to fool enemies, and it does work. The only problem is that there's really no scenario in this game where you'll use it. You know what I'm saying? I only bought it just to show it off. At least for the hilarity factor of it all. Well, so I guess that's something. So now we can get back to Planet Oltanis, as demonstrated by the opening cutscene to this level. Clank can't survive in this planet. This is pretty much a Ratchet Only level. We obviously played as Ratchet Only in the tutorial level, Planet Belden. But here, this is where it's more challenging. Because you gotta keep in mind is that since you don't have Clank for this one level, well, that means that you don't really have any access to like the long jumps, high jumps, or any extended jumps. or the glide function for that matter. So really, you're pretty much bare. You can still use your weapons though, so that's good. You can still use your weapons, your gadgets. You just don't have Clank on you in this level. Well, with that being said, since you really don't have Clank, Planet Oltanis is actually a really challenging level in itself. Right now we are doing the platforming part of this area, and we have ice and wind, magna boot trails, and since we can't use our gun on these, we have to use our wrench. It's to take out these mines. Go in the first person view. Boom, like that. You might want to take these slow too, these magna boot trail paths slow too, actually, because as it's very easy to fall off. It's very easy to fall off the side and into the bottomless pit below. Well, it's not like Galaxy, where, well then again, and I don't think it'd be any different, where you just fall, well, where you just fall all off and you just fall off the side and whatnot. At least, like, I'm talking in terms of gravity and shit. The platforming part I do think is probably one of the easier parts of Planet Oltanis, but it can still be a little tricky because since we're on ice physics, we also have to avoid these electrical beams. And Ratchet controls, well, really poorly on ice, at least although that is the main purpose. So I guess that, I don't know. I guess that makes sense. But whatever. Run across here. On this pathway though, we're actually going to be encountering 2 gold bolts. We're going to be encountering 2 gold bolts. As you can see in the distance, there's a gold bolt just sitting on the ledge there. So that means, yes, we are going to be getting that. And in this part right here, we are also introduced to the enemies on Planet Oltanis. It's because as you know in terms of the enemies that we saw back on as early as Planet Velden, actually, where they shot out these electrical beams, they were very short range. You know, they were very easy. Let's just say that in this stage they got one hell of an upgrade, because now they can reach over the entire platform, the entire icy platform. And so you gotta do what you can and to jump over the beam and whatnot. And they go into like a, say, sweeping motion. So you want to be careful there with those guys. And then you have ships. You also have those ships, although instead of just shooting out regular missiles, in this stage in particular, they shoot out bombs. You can take them out with a few shots with the Devastator, or you can just one-shot them with the Visibomb gun. And of course, though, we have one of the more nerve-wracking parts. Well, this is optional. You don't have to do this because, you know, metal detector and all. But since you're on ice physics and whatnot, and you're searching for gold bolts, you're searching for bolts while on ice physics. It can be pretty nerve-wracking. Right here. I mean, I really don't understand why they decide to put underground gold bolts in the... I keep saying gold bolts. I don't understand why they keep putting underground bolts. At least they put underground bolts on an icy platform with no guardrails. I mean, come on. Makes it a bit more of a pain in the ass, really. You don't want to get too carried away. Although, again, unlike Crash 2 where the ice physics were terrible, in this game it's not too bad. They don't do any... That's really the worst part of the, with the ice physics, in all honesty. Like, even in this section coming up, I don't think it's as bad. It really... Because, well, again, the ice physics in this game are a lot more manageable than Crash, and they don't ask you to do anything insane with them. Ugh, fuck Cold Hard Crash for the record. I'm not looking forward to that. Now, in terms of getting that gold bolt, well, one of the more nerve-wracking parts of getting it is actually after getting it. Because, I don't know if it's just me, but it seems that Ratchet wants to grab the ledge whatever he wants. Oh, cutscene. Forgot about him.
Captain Quark!
Where?
Come on, Quark, I know it's you.
The name's Steve. Pleased to meet you.
Look, Steve, I need to know where Drek is before it's too late.
Did you say too late? Sir, it is never too late to acquire the latest in the long line of quality products from Gadgetron. I have for you, today only, the Gadgetron PDA.
Public display of affection?
No, personal delivery assistant. This device allows you to purchase ammunition wherever and whenever you want it.
Yeah? How do I know it works?
You can always trust Gadgetron quality, or my name's not Steve. Thank you, and have a quark-tastic day.
What'd you say?
Nothing.
And now we have the Gadgetron PDA, which is pretty much a mobile Gadgetron vendor, only you can't really buy new weapons, and rather just ammo. And, oh, by the way, it doesn't really affect the Persuader either, so, ammunition prices go back to the original price, or maybe, I think I've heard somewhere that it also actually increases the prices for some of these weapons, for some of the ammunition. And I'm not too sure on that, though. Subscribers assemble and tell me whether they do or not, in terms of actually raising the price of the ammunition. But, yeah. One thing I did want to get at in terms of the ledge grabbing mechanics, it's like, I don't know if it's just me, but it seems that Ratchet, it seems like Ratchet wants to grab onto a ledge whenever he feels like it. You know? Because getting that one gold bolt and grabbing onto the ledge, like jumping down just to jump down off of the platform and grab the ledge, it seems rather finicky. But, I digress. Now in terms of this part, what we're doing here, this is more of a mix between platforming and shooting. And we're doing this just to get at a certain weapon that we can actually get for free. This part right here can be a little annoying, if only because, well, you have all these enemies around, and it's pretty much gonna be well, actually, I think it might be one of the only few. Well, we're gonna be encountering these searchlight. Well, these enemies that are making these searchlights. That are pretty much impossible to destroy without the Visibomb gun. And if you do however, getting caught or destroying them won't make things any different, because as if either thing happens, it's gonna, well, trigger these turrets, which also go where the bullets also go in a more sweeping path, so to speak. Like here, it goes into a crisscross formation. Ah, crap. Again, this part can be a little annoying, if only because, as you know, you have the searchlights, you can't destroy them without the Visibomb gun. And this part right here especially, where it's loaded with these searchlights and turrets. It's where bullets are going to be flying all over the place. It's ridiculous, I know. That just exploded out of nowhere. Okay. I destroyed all the searchlights. Not that it would make things any different, though. I don't know why I did that. However, one of my favorite things in this game, you destroy the 2 turrets with 1 Visibomb gun. I don't want to waste all, I just don't want to waste all my Visibomb ammo though. Well, because, well, let's face it, the Visibomb is a good weapon. I just don't want to waste them all in these turrets. Although, not that it would matter anyway, because really, yeah, I can't. You have these turrets at the very beginning. Like, as soon as you climb up to the ledge, you're gonna have these 2 turrets. You're gonna have turrets from both sides of the path. And let's just say they're pretty much covering in the ground. It's like, you fucking with the Wild West, boy, now dance. Dance, boy. Crap. So anyway, at that point I had to pretty much cut. Oh, god damn it. Okay, admittedly that wasn't pretty fair. Yeah, true, I kind of walked a little bit forward and it triggered the turret. But it's like the turret, but whenever I just walked back, it never really shut down on its own and I fell off the ledge. I even turned the camera around just to see where the hell I'm going. You know? You might think it was my fault. I don't know. A part of me just thinks that wasn't really fair. Planet Oltanis, as a whole, it's an alright level. You know, it's challenging, I will give it that. Yeah, but again, I don't know. This level can have some rather, how should I put it, dickish moments, to say the least, especially in this part. Like, the platforming wasn't really all that bad, in all things considered, but this section is a little, this section's pretty meh. Let's see. In terms of the skill points you can get, there's one skill point in particular where you can destroy a certain ship that's floating around in the level, well, with the Visibomb gun. And there's also another skill point in this level where you have to destroy all the lights with the Visibomb gun. And the one with the lights doesn't really sound too difficult, but I have a feeling that if you die at any point, the lights reset. So, yeah. I just didn't want to do it. It was a good thing I whipped out my drone device. Yeah, the drone device is a... You know, even then, some may think that the drone device isn't really that useful. I find it useful, at least. He said that it'll definitely help you go through a large crowd of enemies without getting a single scratch. Well, for the most part, anyway. Anyway, we come on, Ratchet, grab onto the ledge. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. It seems that Ratchet doesn't want to. It seems like Ratchet wants to grab onto a ledge whenever he feels like it. It's kind of finicky. But that part with the turret is actually a little dickish, if only because, as well, you're running across these toppling platforms. Although, I wouldn't say dickish actually, but more. Okay. Now here's something I don't recommend you do. Oh, I mean, I'm shooting the Visibomb gun. Oh! Yeah. I wouldn't recommend you do that. Because shooting a Visibomb gun... shooting the Visibomb gun while on these moving platforms... that might not be the best decision. Because for some reason, Ratchet just glitched out. Oh, and hopped on into the air. So at this point, I just said, run. Run, don't do it. I tried to pick him off with the,
Sweet.
as I was saying, I tried to pick him off with the Visibomb gun, but then I died. And I know there's hidden bolts down there too, but I just said, you know what? It's not worth it. I'm going. I'm going. But anyway, in terms of the weapon that I just got, I got the Morph-Ray. It's another pointless weapon, but admittedly, it's pretty humorous. Instead, I'll use it a few times. Now, the Morph-Ray actually works a little differently compared to some of the other guns. At least compared to every gun that you get. And because instead of shooting things, the Morph-Ray, as you can guess, transforms enemies. And so we have two enemies right here. I'll switch over to the Morph-Ray. Now that we have two enemies right here, we use it on them and they turn into chickens. Admittedly, that is pretty humorous. That's actually one of the skill points you can get in Blackwater City. Actually, you can use the Morph-Ray to turn one of those tanks that spew out poisonous gas into a chicken. No, not a giant chicken, but just a regular chicken. I know it's pretty disappointing, but whatever. In the 2016 remake, actually, they do bring this sort of weapon back for that game, I guess as a homage or something. But it's the Sheepinator, which, as you can guess, instead of turning enemies into chickens, it turns enemies into, well, chickens. Nuh-uh. It turns enemies into sheep, my bad. I'm off to a great start this year. I'm in college, I swear. Oh shit. So anyway, now we are on supposedly the final section of Planet Oltanis, which is the shooting part. And this part is pretty challenging, but I'd say more for the right reasons at least. Because we have more of these ships that spew out bombs, and we also have more of the enemies where they shoot out the long electricity beams. Although if you just wing it like that, where they'll be coming out of a small hole in the ground, you could just shoot them down like that. Like as soon as they come up, it's like dead. They're all dead. Just don't think that it would work. Just don't think that it will work all of the time. And because sections like this where you're gonna have two holes, aka their spawning points, which also means that you're gonna have to focus on them at a time to make things even more interesting. You have to be like a little close to them. You have to be a little close to their spawn points to actually trigger them to spawn in. And so, with all that said and done, you're actually up for one hell of a fight in this stage. And you know what? Unlike the other section that I did before with the whole searchlights, this one is more challenging, but I feel this is more challenging for the right reasons. And I'll let you decide on that. Okay. Hey, I just whip out the drone device and okay, shoot him down like that. Well, and I died. Alright, let's try this again. Well, before I actually... you know what? Hey, I'm feeling ballsy. Let's do this. Let's take these guys down. Oh, with the ammo that I have. So, just go with the strategy and just run in. That's satisfying, admittedly. Sees a ship up ahead, use the Visibomb gun to take him out in one shot. Boom. Like that. This is a pretty delayed boom, but still boom. Yeah, the Visibomb, when the Visibomb does detonate, it does have a big blast radius. So you can pretty much take out a small group of enemies with ease, especially when they're in the air. That Might as well take that guy out just so he's out of my hair. Just go through this section one more time. Aim upwards. That ship's gone. Awesome. Whip out the drone device. Just so you can have help. And well, let's just say, okay, like I said, in terms of going through crowds of enemies without getting a single scratch, don't count on that. At least not all of the time. I just wanted to get that out there. So before I go on this rail, I decided to make a smart decision, equip the drone device just before I hit the rail, as well as my Glove of Doom. And well, I'm gonna need all the help I can get. Boom. Much better. Much better indeed. Oh, there's something shiny up in that little alcove area. I think it's definitely a gold bolt, and that means we're gonna get it. However, actually, I do want to talk about one of my major problems with Planet Oltanis, or at least the majority of or just a regular problem in this game in particular. The lighting could, especially in areas like this, it can be rather dark. Like it could be like so dark to the point where I can't really see where I'm going. And God help you if you have a screen glare. If you have sun glare on your screen, because that makes it even more, well, impossible to see where you're going. It's no, yeah, it's pretty it's rather, that's one. I think that's something that the HD version fixes up at least. Well, I say fix, quote unquote, because while it does fix some of the lighting, it does fix the lighting enough to where, you know, you can see where you're going. That also means that it kind of ruins some of the atmosphere for the levels. At least for the game, or at least the atmosphere for some of the levels. It's not a... It sounds like more of a nitpick, really, but then again, the HD collection does have more problems. At least more graphical problems than the lighting. Ugh. God, like, it's so bad to the point where like the Gadgetron vendor guy is squashed and stretched in the digital version. Or in that scene where Captain Quark goes, Steve, his pupils are gone. That's scary. Back to the level though. Oh, now we are actually on the easiest part of the stage, which is a rail grinding. It's very easy to avoid the electrical beams, and really, you just have to dodge out of the way of these electrical barriers. And since I'm on the right rail and I have good timing with the wrench, like that, this section is easy, and it's nothing compared to what you have to go through. Trust me.
Hey, welcome to my shop. What can I get you?
I'm looking for Drek.
Sure, yeah, I got lots of stuff on sale. After the bombing, no one is around to buy anything.
Are you okay?
Low prices? Oh, you bet. I can make you a deal on a busted turburator, a mangled carbonizer, or I got this info bot.
Guess that bombing was pretty loud, huh?
Oh, you're one shrewd negotiator. I'll tell you what, I can let this infobot go for half price. Well, that's about it for me.
Thanks.
Quit your complaining. I gave you a great deal. Jeez.
Afraid to go out at night? Afraid to go out during the day? Just plain afraid? Then you need this! The Ultra Mech Unlimited! This mech is the ultimate in personal defense system. Large Industries is now taking pre-orders. Get yours before it's too late.
Now that's what I call serious firepower. Clank's gonna be jealous if he sees this.
Even afterwards, Ratchet's still kind of a dick. Admittedly. Well, now that Ratchet knows that, you know what? That was pretty selfish of me. I was pretty selfish looking for Quark. Especially since what Drek has done with this city. Again, it makes Ratchet realize, oh shit, you know what? Maybe I should take this guy down. And so, yeah. But unfortunately though, we are still not done with Planet Oltanis because we have one more gold bolt to get. And it has its very own obstacle course, where it's a swing shot. It's actually a swing shot course. Here's where we swing around the city like Spider-Man. And how fitting in a way too, because, well, I swear I hit the circle button on that one. But how fitting for me to say that too, because Insomniac is actually making a Spider-Man game, and that's supposed to come out, I think, this year. And you know what? It's looking pretty good. It's looking pretty good indeed. But who knows? Maybe Insomniac wanted to do a Spider-Man game for quite some time. And so they really couldn't help themselves with this game. Then again, this was released in 2002. Okay, what happened there? It decided to grab onto the grappling point, but then it decided to let go. What gives? This section is pretty... Well, this is also one of the easiest sections of Planet Oltanis, so... Don't think of this as hard. Because trust me, it's not. You just got... Because really, it's just a matter of patience. And so, maybe if you're impatient, then this part might not be for you. Me, I'm just trying to get the timing down for the swinging, for the grappling point. Boom. Like that. And at this point, I'm looking for the... There we go. There we are. Yeah, the grappling hook... Yeah, the swing shot can actually... go quite a distance. And so... That's good. And I can always enjoy that. I always enjoy, whenever I'm swinging around or something... Whenever I'm swinging around a city... Or even when I'm playing Uncharted 4... When I'm swinging around and I'm knocking out an enemy from below me and whatnot, I don't know. That's really satisfying to me. Anywho, folks, that is pretty much it for part 18. And in part 19, we're going to be heading to our next stage where we're going to be getting another upgrade for Clank, actually. Until then, I'm GameMan5804. See you all for part 19.